What's up, everyone? Welcome to my stream this week. We are going to play, as you can see here, off to the right of the screen, so my left as I'm pointing here. We're playing a classic. We're playing Wario Land, which is Super Mario Land 3 on the Game Boy. The game is actually 25 years old this year. Crazy to believe. Crazy that I can still remember playing this growing up as a kid. Probably can't play it as well as I used to, but that's what we're going to find out tonight. See how well this kind of holds up as a game, so as the age of it. So let's jump right into gameplay, as that's what you're all here for. So first, I'll thank you all for joining us. So let's get started here. So as you can see, it's very similar to Super Mario Land 2, 6 golden coins. You have the save files, which was pretty unique and neat for the Game Boy back then. The reason that's so neat is that it had a watch battery in it, and that's what helped it maintain the save file. So if you still have this cartridge, the likelihood of it still being active as a save file is highly unlikely. So this game actually wasn't the debut of Wario. He was featured as the predominant villain in the previous game in the franchise, Super Mario Land 2. But fans really cared for him, and they made him into his own game here. And as you can see, he has a unique style to him. He can rush and charge, I guess, if you will. So that's different from Mario, who doesn't have that ability. He can just jump into the blocks and break things. So did any of you play this game by chance growing up? I look like a leprechaun. Thanks, Amanda. I thought you liked leprechauns, don't you like Irish? So if this is your first time watching me or any of us play, thanks for checking us out. We have a group on Facebook. If you search for Dose of Nerd Acumen, you can check us weekly as a group every Friday night, or individually if you care for watching any of our other streams. Every Monday, Rob streams. Every Tuesday is Andrea, myself on Wednesdays, and every Thursday is Eric. And that is our main core team of streamers, and we all come together on Friday nights for the weekly dosage. We usually have topical debates on hot topic issues in gaming. Some of the cool things we've covered is Star Wars and the Loot Crate things. Recently we covered violence in games because of recent events in the world. So all very important issues and stuff that we should talk about as gamers because it affects all of us. For one, the stereotype of a gamer. All gamers are different. We're not all that, hot pocket eating nerds, even though, I could go for a Hot Pocket right now. That was close. So I do requests every single week now. So if there's a specific game that you would like to see played, maybe one that you were fond of growing up, let me know in the comments. That was a silly mistake there. As you can see, Wario also gets little. Another close call there. Last week I played, as mentioned, Super Mario Land 2, which was another one from the Game Boy. And Monday this week I picked up playing. I played an SNES game. I played Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, which is my absolute favorite game. Any games that you guys like on the Game Boy? Did any of you have a Game Boy? So this guy lets us into the next level. We did it. So should we go for more coins or more lives? What do you guys think? Let's go for the lives here. We only have 4. Let's go course C. So these are little mini games So they expanded upon the mini games in the other one. I missed the first one. So obviously the goal here is to hit the enemy with a bomb. A lot more difficult than it looks. Weak throw. Yikes. So I have to land up the power bar with the also the pitch of the throw here. Just missed him. Not doing so good. Got him. 2 out of 5. Not passing, but I got something out of it. I didn't get nothing, so worthwhile. Took on more hearts. Eventually, when I get enough, I get another free guy. So his whole goal is to collect coins. So he has a couple different powers that you can get. So far we've only seen the one power, which is this little spike helmet. It allows him to run through harder objects than he would with the normal. There's secret paths that I can get to if I want to attempt to, which, why not? Let's go for it. Did it first try, pure luck. So I see a bunch of you guys watching. Are you still here with me, or are you just kind of creeping? Maybe those I haven't talked to in a while. How you doing? So again, if you like what you see, we have a group of streamers here. We stream individually all week long and as a group on Fridays. Check us out if you go to facebook.com/doseofnerdacumen, or you just search for Dose of Nerd Acumen. Or I'm sure you've seen a million of my posts. Give us a like. Let us know what you think. We're also on YouTube. All our videos are available there. And then we have content airing pretty much all day and all night on Twitch, if you're a Twitch fan. So back to the other suit here. I had that flame power. So those function as checkpoints now. You're wondering what that was. I have to have so many coins and I can make a check. Has anyone never heard of this game before? Or never seen this game before? Rob, yes, I'm only watching the Facebook chat. Are the people chatting in Twitch? If you are, I apologize. I'm missing you. What's happening on Twitch land with everyone? I'm supposed to have Andrea helping me on the Twitch, but she went to bed. So thanks, Andrea. Ooh. Ah, I tried missing him. I still got hit. Bummer. It's alright, we get a power back up. Nice thing is, too, with this, it doesn't just make you like the normal Wario. You get the power up back that you'd lost. Oh, yeah, I don't have all three chats going. Let's see. Andrea says she's never seen it. There, okay, there we go. Now I have the Twitch thing up. So sorry about that. I'm not ignoring you guys on YouTube land or Twitch land. I promise. So there we go. So you have to collect so many coins to be able to complete the level. If you don't collect enough, you have to go back and collect more coins. So. All right, chat. Left or right? Eric says moving the Wario GIF a little to the right. The reason I have it right there is because he's pointing at YouTube. Because I want you all to sub to YouTube. So that's why. Down? Okay, well, I'm gonna go left. We got monies. Let's go right. Ah, 10 ton. Shame, shame. Well, I can't go down. Well, let's exit. We don't want to waste all our money. So it's a gamble every time you do that. You eventually want to get enough coins here. There's hidden treasure, too, that you ultimately get as you complete the worlds. And ultimately, that's what Wario cares about, right? He cares about his treasure. So along with Mario Land 2 on the Game Boy, this was another one that we had received. We being, at the time, my stepbrother and stepsister. We all got Game Boys for Christmas, and we each got like our own unique games, like Power Rangers, Mario Land 2, this one, a couple others I can't remember off the top of my head. We each obviously just swapped games out. The nice thing about it is this had save files, so we each had our own unique save files that we could play. But of course, I'm sure we had arguments over who got A, B, or C, so that's what you do with siblings, right? So this one was played a lot. This one wasn't played as much by me as number 2 was, though. That was the one I played last week. Probably the one I know the most, to be honest. I still know a lot of the secrets like this one. But again, it's been probably... I mean, the game's 25 years old, and it's probably been... I'm gonna die here. Maybe not. It's probably been easily over 20 years since I've touched this game. So you don't want to get hit by them because they will pinch you and you will shrink. So a lot of this stuff too I could have gone through, done any of these things. Not much worthwhile from anything under there. It's probably best I don't. The risk isn't worth the reward, basically. Yikes. Ah. That's gonna be tough. That's a secret up there. If I can get it. Eh. I give up too easy. You're doing your best to pay attention. Say hi to Scarlett. She gets to watch her first video games on Facebook. So do we have, is that YouTube chat or is that Facebook chat that's coming up in the stream now? Did someone add Facebook chat to it? So if you did, thank you. That's awesome that you did. I didn't know that was a thing. Oh yikes, this is one of the ones we have to beat the time. So this will be a fun one to watch. So far, so good. I do believe I have to wait for him, though, because I can't touch that. Good call. Because I would have died in the lavas. Speaking of lavas, y'all remember playing Hot Lava as a kid? Anyone play that? Ah, yikes. Anyone not know what Hot Lava the game was as a kid? Silly. Oh, nice. That's awesome that Facebook's integrated now. I've never seen that, to be honest. Shows how much I pay attention. Sorry. So we're going to want to jump over on top of the blocks to get through those sections that I got small and died on. Yeah, if you don't know the Hot Lava game, you're a loser. You know, is that like just like a passed down thing from parent to parent? Like, I want to know who came up with that first. Like, was there really an issue somewhere with Hot Lava and kids like were dying in Hot Lava? Because that's not cool. Like, is the game so old that it was like around the creation of, you know, the continents? Oh! Alright, this is where it gets tough. Button mashing. So we did it. We got through that part. That was tough. Just like any game, really, the levels get more difficult as you progress. So we did it. Another level down. Our kids our age, yeah, our generation, we played outside and did things more, I feel, than kids do now. But I feel like every generation says that about the other generation. Like, I played a lot of games growing up, but I still played outside and played sports year-round. But games like this were different when we were kids, too. There wasn't the online aspect of things. And games were much shorter, too. Not all, but I'd say a good majority. Like the average Nintendo game you could probably complete in less than an hour. So Amanda, what game would you want to see played, like an old game that you grew up on? Oh, I figured he would go up. Silly mistake. Do you have a favorite game from the Nintendo or Sega that you'd want to see? Yikes. What a football player, dude. Oh, that's not cool. I'm not getting in there. Question is, how do I get up? Okay. I was like, am I stuck? Not doing well. Fighting the boss as a small guy. Not good. And I don't remember his patterns. Clearly that's not the way to do it. Crash Bandicoot. That'd be a fun one to play. There's a poll on the Dose of Nerd Acumen page right now between two games. Obviously I take any other recommendations and put them towards a future broadcast, but right now it's between Super Mario World and Sonic the Hedgehog, so if you want to see either of those games, make sure you cast your vote. But Crash Bandicoot, they actually remastered that last summer. The remaster was released last summer, rather. And it's just as fun and just as difficult. Alright, let's see if we have better luck this time fighting as not small Wario. Jump too early. This is not good. He's gonna fall. That's working. Jump on him. Yikes. You already voted. Well, thank you for voting. Tetris game? Was it called Tetris? Tetris Attack? I'm trying to think what Tetris was out back then. Am I gonna get stumped on the first boss here? I sure hope not. That'd be terrible. Alright, doing a little bit better. Learning. His attack changed. Ah, not doing good. I never said I was good at this game. Yikes. I'm gonna get stumped at the first one here. That's not good. That's not a good way to start either. Alright, maybe the 17th time is the charm. Just gotta learn his patterns and match the speed of what I need to do here. There's one hit. Okay, so we can do that. We can hit him from underneath. That's good to know. There's 2 hits. Much better than before. That's not good. We did it though. Get the coins. All right. Dressed like a safari guy. What about Dr. Mario? That's a really good one. Anyone ever play that? So we cleared the first area, not 100%, we missed a lot of the secret stuff, secret worlds, but we're making progress here, so this is good. I hate all water worlds in games, they're not fun. You ever notice too, I mentioned this before, but I'll say it again, Mario games, they just can breathe underwater forever. But Sonic, he runs out of air. Yikes. That was close. Oh, come on. So we get a jetpack type suit here. Definitely helpful. Oh, those guys are fun. I don't remember that. He's gonna hit me, isn't he? Oh. Yikes. Zelda's your favorite? Which Zelda, Cole? Tried GoldenEye last month. It was train wreck. Yeah, and the Nintendo 64 controller, at the time, like, it made sense. And, like, you figured it out and made it work. But now, if you've played any modern, or even, not even modern, but since PS1 controllers, they've just made more sense and just be more ergonomical. So yeah, the Nintendo 64, it's hard to pick up and play again. However, I would be a fan if they re-released the Nintendo 64 under the classic branding. Although I think they're going to do a Game Boy one this year. I don't know though. We'll see. And puzzle games are awesome. I played a lot. But again, what Zelda game was your favorite? Mine was Link to the Past on the Super Nintendo. Ocarina? Yes. That makes sense if you're picking up the 64. By chance, have you played the 3DS? Because they re-released a improved and updated version visually of that game on the 3DS, and it plays really good. If you don't have a 3DS yet, that is a reason to get one. Yeah, autocorrect. I knew what you meant though. Facebook autocorrects me all the time. Ah, those damn birds every time. Sorry, I think this is the end of the world, so we survived, barely. So progressing rather well. We only stumbled on the boss so far, so not so terrible. But yeah, definitely 3DS. They also did Majora's Mask on the 3DS. Super Mario 64 was on the 3DS or on the DS actually. But if you purchase the 3DS system, you can take advantage of not only the 3DS library, but the entire DS library. So, and those systems now aren't bad. They're around $100 or less. And they're travel friendly. That's what I like about them too. You can play them anywhere. Obviously being a portable pocket system, but if you're looking going down nostalgia, that's the way to do it. And of course with the DS and 3DS systems, if you're a Pokemon fan, that's the place to play those. But the Game Boy here was my first handheld system. My second being the Game Gear. Anyone ever play that system? There are others like the Neo Geo, Pocket or whatever it was. Yeah, there were so many just bad handheld systems. And then Virtual Boy, I don't know if I consider that a portable or handheld system. I mean, it kind of is, but if you don't know what that one is, that's the one that had the infrared. I was discontinued just around over a year or so into the console's life cycle. There's only a handful of games released on it. Let's just say it didn't do well and it wasn't good for your eyes. However, of course, as a fan of gaming growing up, I really wanted one. I don't know if he'll ever watch this, but I'm friends with him still on Facebook. He lived down the street from me, from my dad's, and for like a brief period we used to trade stuff, and I had just a stack of Nintendo Power magazines because I used to get those all the time, and he had the Virtual Boy, and he really liked coming over and we just flipped through all the pages of Nintendo Power magazine. They always had like comics in the middle and whatnot, but he just was obsessed with them, so I was like, hey, I'm really into wanting your Virtual Boy, and I don't have a need for these magazines. Do you just want to trade? I mean, we're talking like 50, 60 issues, so monetary value is probably equivalent, but I mean, who's going to trade a magazine for a game console? Well, I was able to trade with him, and he was totally in it, but then one of his parents found out that he traded a game console for some magazines, and they weren't into it. They basically were like, you need to, you know, not do that and give it back. So we did. But for a moment, I did have that system. And to this day, they're somewhat difficult to find. They're worth a couple $100, which is a little bit more than what they were when they came out. And the only reason they're worth that much is because they're difficult to find, not that they're amazing systems. But it's one of those consoles that I never owned. And I'll probably never own. The only time I ever would just to have one on a shelf, and that's a silly reason sometimes. But I wouldn't put it past me to do that with things. Alright, bye Amanda. Rob says I actually bought the Neo Geo Pocket. Wonder Swan Crystal, what is that? I don't know what that is. Yeah, I couldn't tell you what the Wonder Swan Crystal is. Favorite Nintendo handheld was the Game Boy Advance. Game Boy Advance was a one I had for a while. I believe it was the SP model, the one that was like the clamshell. I like that one. I didn't have the open-faced one, whatever you want to describe that as. So the Game Boy itself was, I mean, a big smash hit when it launched. Believe it or not, it was somewhat pocket friendly at the time, because apparently, you know, jeans back then had bigger pockets. Kids today, with your skinny jeans, you ain't fitting no Game Boy in there. Sorry, kids. Oh, threw it to myself. But they were marketed originally and successful with businessmen. And what came bundled with it was a huge success of a game, obviously being Tetris. And like, it makes sense that that would be something popular. This was before cell phones were, you know, at the tech they were. The only cell phones you had were giant, you know, ones that you'd see in the view, depending on how old you are. And then it was just a way of portable entertainment. The only other things that were like trendy, and it was around that time, if not after, in the 90s, was, do you remember the Tiger handhelds? Those games? They had like sometimes sports themes. And it was basically just the same animation that looped. You just had to hit certain buttons and it would light up that part of the screen. But that I mean, kicked off the craze into the 90s of things like that. Wonder Swan was a Japanese handheld, got popular here because... Oh, it wasn't regional. What are some of the games that were on it then? So I'm just hopping back and forth between chats. I feel like I'm missing you guys. I'm sorry. Silly mistakes. Like that, the way he handles isn't as easy or as responsive as you would think they would handle. Like there's a slight delay to the things. I don't know if it's what I'm using to play this on, but it's not as responsive as you would think. So we got a secret key here. I don't know where that goes though. I'm sure there's a secret that I missed, but that's okay. We ain't playing this for perfection. So I appreciate you all coming out and checking this out. If you're joining the stream late, you can check out various content every night of the week by other members of the DNA crew. Every Monday night you can check out Rob. He plays on his own Facebook, or you can follow our YouTube and Twitch to see him if you're not friends with him. Every Tuesday we have Andrea, if you've heard of her or know her or friends with her. She plays... these are at 8:30 p.m. by the way. Lately she's been working on Horizon Zero Dawn. Rob just finished up the first Uncharted. I played The Sims for a while, and then now I've just been doing random games. A lot of classics lately. I've been in a classics mood, and I've been doing, viewer requests. So, and then of course, late nights on Thursdays we have Eric. He's been hooked on Monster Hunter World on the PS4, which understandably so, because it's a great game if you haven't played it. And then every Friday night we get together as a team, the crew, the DNA nerds, if you will. Oh no, I don't have enough coins. And we play a topical game, or a game that could be something topical or meaningless. Wow, that was silly. So we do have a bit of a subscriber follower goal. If you could take a moment and subscribe to either our YouTube or Twitch or follow, be greatly appreciative. If you like Twitter, we're available there. If you want to see some cool behind the scenes photos from our stuff, we are also available on Instagram. So pretty much any of your social media interests, we got you covered. You may not like everything we do, but I'm sure you'll find something that appeals to you if you check us out every now and then. And then if you do, just, chat with us. We appreciate having, small talk, see what you guys are playing, even sharing what you guys are up to. So everyone's a nerd in some way. It's definitely not an insult. Alright. Let's see if we can get through this section here. We're just going to skip that area that I was in. Not sure what that was for. I think it was just a checkpoint and then to get us things. So in the coming weeks too, there's a game that I'm actually really excited about. Crap. That was stupid. Gonna ditch for 1 week maybe more depending on the intrigue that you guys have with this. There's a new Kirby game coming out. Yikes! I just got a haircut there. I'm not sure if any of you ever played a Kirby game, but the new one to me looks really fun, and I wanted to try it out on stream with everyone. Man, getting lucky with these birds here. See, I don't know how that hurts me. It must be the hat he wears. Or it doesn't hurt me. Silly mistakes. Silly mistakes. Hopefully this is the end of the game. Oh, yikes. Not end of the game, but end of the level. Let's see, what's everyone chatting about? They're awful quiet out there now. Everyone go to bed on me. Well, we made it to the end of the level. So it takes 10 coins at least to get to the end, by the way. Without that, you can't get in. So we're doing all right so far. We're still progressing. This world's a little bit longer than the others. I don't know how many total worlds there are, to be honest with you. It's a Game Boy game, so I mean, I can't imagine it being terribly long. So this one appears to be kind of a maze. Let's see, was that worth me going all that way? Ah, I wouldn't have made it. Good judgment call there. Stream keeps glitching. It's weird. Only Kirby game I played was Crystal Shards on N64. The chat just freaked out on screen. I'm jealous that you guys still have a 64. I would absolutely love to have one again. I'm sad that I sold mine. I basically purged my retro collection a few years back just because no money. And when you need money and want things, you kind of got to get rid of things that you can afford to part with. Still wish I wouldn't have, but you gotta do what you gotta do. So yeah, definitely jealous that you have a Nintendo 64 still. So I'm lost. Where am I going? I'm probably in that door that I just skipped over. Derp. Oh. I don't like those seahorses. I'm not a fan. My internet being weird tonight? Says my stuff is fine. Only dropped frames for a little bit. Is it back now? Is everything looking alright? Might have been wonky for a second, but who knows? Internet, gotta love it. I did drop frames for a little bit, so I think the connection was bad. Something happened. hit by that thing if I'm not careful. Oh, God. Alright. So this thing is neat because when you jump on it, the arrow changes. So as you can see, this can prove to be a challenge if you didn't know that the first time. So we made it. First star power, nice. Don't want to run too far because that's, you know, hot lava going back to that whole thing. Yikes. And we did it. Nice job. You actually each have 164 each. I'm jealous. Well, you know what you should do? You should put your Nintendo 64s together and make a Nintendo 128. Or make a baby Nintendo 64 and give it to me. I like that idea. Haha. Oh, I don't think I wanted to kill him. I think they did things if I feed them, these guys. I can't recall. So Wario obviously became a popular as some character over the years. One of the fun games that he used to be in was WarioWare. You little ghost butt. But WarioWare is fun. If you didn't get the theme too, these are all like bandits and pirates and stuff because you're going after treasure, so that's kind of the theme of the Wario game here. I think we skipped over the beginning. I don't like being small, it's very risky. Well, we got that one. So a GameCube. Was the GameCube 128-bit? Like, when did they stop going off bit rate? I know, like, everything still has a bit rate, but I'm just saying, like, am I going back up here? I'm so confused. Course 13. No! If you're not getting hit by one, you're getting hit by the other. Oh! Oh! What in damnation? Why do I not remember? Oh, come on. Having not so good luck. Oh man, this is gonna be difficult. Yeah, we're dipping frames a little bit here and there. So I don't know what's going on with the frame rates. Apologize if you're getting a bad connection to me. Looks like we're still doing okay. Yeah, we'll keep going. It's probably a mistake to skip that, but yeah, whatevs. See, I like this power the best, I feel. The Dolphin platform, reputed to be the king of the hill in terms of graphics and video performance with 128-bit architecture. Project Dolphin. What are your guys' favorite Nintendo system? I think that was supposed to be a maze, but... That boss was much easier. I mean, I'll take it. Stove Canyon. So we're on course 20 here. We've been making some good progress. By no means is this speedrun timing, but I don't actually know the time it takes to beat this game or the world record. I just know that I'm not going for that, so... Whoa, cutting that one real close. Oh man. Luck. Luck again. So the little lava thing keeps progressing at you as you go through that whole section, so it's vital that you do well there. So that doesn't want that. I have to go find a key. Looks like steak for dinner. You must have seen my chat. Yes. Tie between the SNES and Nintendo 64 for favorite Nintendo console. I'd have to agree that era had the most memories for me. One of the reasons why I want to get into Nintendo 64 again, just to kind of relive a lot of those favorite gaming moments. unfortunately through emulation, I get to journey down stuff like this, but I don't have the ability to recreate N64 stuff properly yet. Something I want to look into, hopefully doing. It's probably more affordable than getting all the games and the hardware again. I prefer legit, but you know, sometimes you have to go with the non-legit. Let's skip that. Do you know about the Easter egg in the Nintendo UPC labels? No. Please enlighten me. What is the Easter egg? Ooh, that was close. Ah, I didn't hold the jump button down long enough to float. Silly. Silly, silly, silly. These platforming ones are the more difficult ones. Obviously, that's what genre we're in here. That's the whole idea of the game is platforming, but these can be tricky. So sorry for the silence during some of these sections as I'm trying to do super focus. Oh, it's an oddly placed block. I mean, the coins give you the idea of what you need to jump to, but even then, it can be somewhat difficult. Do you get a dog? No dog. Do you guys hear that on the stream? You're hearing the dog through the... It's picking that up? That's crazy. This mic picks up everything. Why did he run so fast that time? He was in a hurry. So we're making pretty good progress still. I don't think I'll get to end game. Ah, yikes. I don't think I'll get to end game much like I did with 6 golden coins. Again, I'm more versed in that game, so I had a lot more to show off, or, you know, explain rather. Show off probably isn't the best. To show to you all. Wasn't showing off. I'm not good at the game, but you know what I mean. I can't run through it, but you can throw a knife through it. Come on now. Just for safety on this one, I feel like this one's going to be challenging. Oh. Woo! Sound effects just amazing. Oh, you can apparently just walk on top of it. In the GameCube games, above the barcode, there's a code that always begins with DOLP, and then 4-character code on the game itself, signifying Protect Dolphin. Interesting. The GameCube was a great system. I feel the GameCube gets the treatment like the Wii U gets. It was an in-between high success system. So the N64, right? Great success. The end of it was hindered towards the success of the PlayStation at that time. So sales declined, which ultimately led Nintendo in creating the GameCube to try to compete with, gaming at that time. Even though they were still releasing in 2000 solid titles, like the Zelda franchise, right? Including also Pokemon Snap, I believe was another one towards the end of the life cycle. But PlayStation was a few years in at this point. Nintendo 64 is on the decline. So the GameCube came out, and the PS2 and the original Xbox were heavyweights as far as gaming. So the GameCube was an underrated system. And this is exactly what happened with the Wii U. The Wii itself was a huge success, and then the Wii U was a marketing failure, as well as a, just game development failure, and they didn't have enough original titles. But great systems, both the GameCube and Wii U, great systems, just victims of bad timing between successful consoles. And then now the Switch, so you got these sandwiches. GameCube's stuck between amazing things, and so is the Wii U. So it makes you wonder, will Nintendo's next thing not be as big as the Switch is? Because the Switch is pulling amazing numbers already. If you don't have one of those consoles, educate yourself on that, because I think everyone should have that console. Because it's going to appeal to portable gaming as well as console gamers. So there's definitely appeal there, and they're bringing first and solid third-party titles to that system. Whether it's a remaster, re-release, or brand new, there's a reason to get that system, especially if you haven't owned a system in several years. So since I'm having a difficult time with this one, let's talk about difficult games. What's the most difficult game you've ever played? What's the one you've been most frustrated with? Like that you won't pick up to this day? I mean, how many times are you going to do the same thing? One of the games that I enjoy an awful lot, that I'm frustrated with every time I play it because I can't get very far. It makes me even more mad when I watch people like TMR. For those who don't know, the Mexican runner, he actually holds the world record for speed run in this particular game. If you don't know already, that game being Battletoads. Frustrating game, but there is a certain appeal to it. A certain appeal to it that is unlike most games I play. I thoroughly enjoy that game, but I've never beaten it. And honestly, probably never will. What the heck? It's been difficult. Make sure you save. Lion King, yeah. Lion King is tricky. Fun fact about Lion King, so they made that game very difficult, specifically the puzzle level of the monkeys, right? They made that game specifically difficult because it was at the height of video game rentals, and they wanted people to purchase the game, not just rent it, because a lot of games at that time were becoming easily able to beat throughout a rental period. So they're missing out on sales of these games, so developers at specific periods in the game development were told, hey, make these games or these levels not impossible, but difficult to beat. I could have gone down there and gotten some. That's alright though. So I'm assuming a lot of other games obviously followed suit, but The Lion King specifically, I knew that. So we'll see if we can get through this one. I think this is probably where I'll call it for tonight. Been playing a while. Obviously there's more to show. I'm not going to be able to finish this game for you all. That's a great start. But I want to give you guys, for those who requested, a taste of the game. See if this brought back any memories. For those who may have never played it. Just to share with you some memories that I had growing up playing this game. Again, I haven't touched it much since, you know, I was that age. I don't even have the copy anymore. I'm not sure if they ended up keeping the copy, or I don't remember how we divvied up the games as we went our, you know, own ways with our families at that time. And I'm sure we beat the game. I just don't remember, you know, how far we got in this. And a lot of these games too, like, you played them so much on road trips that you became so good at every little thing in these games. Out of practice, with really anything that you do, you aren't as good as you once were. Sometimes it's like riding a bike, not always though. A lot of it has to do with controllers too. Like, controllers have improved over the years a great deal compared to what they are now. Or compared to what they were then, rather. You know what I meant. Let's keep making the same mistakes, huh? I don't think I'm streaming anymore. Keep going in and out with the stream here. So I apologize if you're trying to watch me. Keep losing frame rates here. Let's see if we can do better this time, huh? Only got 2 lives left. It's not looking good for Wario. See, I didn't jump that time because I thought that was the trick to it, but apparently I do have to jump. Yikes. Woo! My face got burned. I'm being careless now, it seems. We're gonna get it this time. I have a good feeling. Psych. Alright. See, like I said, I had a good feeling about it this time. I don't know about this time though, getting farther than this. Should have gone down there and got that thing, but whatevs. I don't have any coins to save, and I really need to save. That'd be why. Because it starts falling before I'm even on it. Oh my goodness. Oh my. This is the last try, guys. Wish me luck. Made it so far that time. See, now I got the hang of it. Yeah. All right, we're gonna do it this time. Oh. Well, that was Wario Land, Super Mario 3, 25 years old this year. Does it hold up? Yeah, I think it's still a fun game to come back and play. Difficult for sure. With practice, it's something obviously you can improve upon and get better at. But yeah, it was fun to go down, memory and play this again. Highly recommend if you can find an emulator of this, or if you have a copy. Support Nintendo if you can, obviously. This game might even be on the eShop. I'm not certain. I know Super Mario Land 2 is. This game might even be. So if you can find it on there, I believe it's only like $5 or $6 if it's similar to the other ones. So definitely check it out. But really, I want to thank you all, whether you're watching me on Facebook tonight, Twitch, or YouTube, or whatever source you're finding us on. If you're finding us on some other site, let us know how or why. Just thank you all. Thank you all for your continuous support, watching us every week as a group or individually. All of us appreciate everything you guys do. So give us a like, facebook.com/doseofnerdacumen. Follow us on YouTube, as well as our Twitch, or subscribe. Click those buttons. We're available on Instagram and Twitter. Just search Dose of Nerd Acumen on any of these social media sites. You'll be able to find us. Share it with your friends. Tell us what you think. Anything, any feedback would be awesome. So again, we really appreciate everything you do, and keep gaming if you are. If you're not, pick up a controller, because it's good for you. It's a nice release to escape, your stressful lives, or a stressful day even. So again, thank you all. Make sure you check out tomorrow night, Eric the Dead on Monster Hunter, and then Friday night we're going to be playing a special weekly dosage for you all of Metal Gear Solid on the PS1. And then we start all over again for you all next week. So again, thank you all for your support, and until next time, y'all take care.